Hello everybody and welcome back to building a steampunk house in Minecraft. Last episode we worked on getting this basic design set up. Today we're going to work on the roof, which is probably the hardest part just because it's a little abnormal, and then just finishing up the rest of the house. So let's hop into it. Okay, so we're going to start getting the roof onto this part right here. And there's a basic design that you want to follow, so allow me to explain. We're just going to get, first, a basic outline of cobblestone. And you want to start by having just a simple staircase up. From here, you're then going to, and you want to kind of extend this off the edge as well. We will also try to curve it at the top a little bit more, but that will be in a little bit. So, from there you want to add a piece of cobblestone going up, and then a stair on top of that. And this is a similar pattern that you're going to follow for kind of the rest of the little build right here. So we're just going to continue to bring this up, and you kind of want to do the same thing on the other side as well, and we're going to move over to there pretty shortly. So there's that right now. You can see it's starting to take shape here. We'll go up one more here, and then we'll switch over to the other side so we can see exactly what's going on. Bring this up, and bring this up. Perfect. So now we come over here, and on this side, this will actually extend all the way over, but we'll work on just getting in this part for right now. Actually, no, we'll extend it all the way over. I'm not afraid. Awesome. We can then add in that right there, and then start to build up our similar pattern that we've been doing this entire time. It's a little tedious, but every roof that you make in this game is going to be a little tedious, so that is okay. So that is built up, which looks good, and then we come over here and we build this side up. And this will allow us to work a little bit better with the other side that we already began working on. Okay, so there you go, there's your basic little design. Now let's work on kind of curving it out a little bit. We're basically just going to do this by going and bringing this out to an extent. And it's going to look a little bit off at first, but it's going to look a little bit better when we get it even more figured out here. You want to get this as far out as you can, and then finish it off by bringing it out this way. So that looks real good. Looks a little bit off right now, but when we go in a little bit, and we're actually going to extend this down one more, like so. When we go in with the rest of the roof, we will be able to fix that to make that look even better than it does right now. So I like that a lot. So what we do with the inside of this? We basically just choose a wood. In this case, I'm going to continue using dark oak, and we just fill in across pretty much just how we set up the stone. We'll have a dark oak plank in the case where the cobblestone is, and then just the stairs everywhere else, and this is going to look real nice. We will do a little bit of a rearrangement on this in a bit to give it a little bit more texture, a little bit more depth, but for right now, I like just putting in the planks and the stairs and then working with that shortly after. So I will be right back after getting this entire thing filled in. Okay, there we go. There's our setup that we have right here. And you may be wondering, Tyler, what are you going to do about the fact that you have part here and part over here? Well, that will kind of get fixed when we add in the roof on this top part. But for right now, let's just finish off the side here, and then we'll work with that really being cleared up shortly after. So we'll just add in a little slab right here. That's going to connect that over, and then we can add in the rest of our wood here to really get this figured out. It will look fine when it's over. Sometimes you just gotta problem solve this section just a little bit. And to be fair, we can also just add in our cobble here, and it still looks pretty complete. Keep in mind we are going to have another roof sticking up right in this spot right here, so it will look fine when all is said and done. I like it a lot. I think it looks pretty neat. Here's where we can add in our changes to the curvature of our place. We just throw in some wood in the doubled spots that we had before, and this is going to give it a feel like it's curving out a little bit. And you may say, Tyler, that looks pretty poor right now. That's because you got to play around with it a little bit. This is something that kind of can change each time you do it. Like, I don't care for that, so maybe we add in like that instead, and then down here have one like that. And now all of a sudden it's curving out a little bit. We throw in a log right there. It's looking okay. It's not the best, but it won't ever look too great just kind of doing stuff like this. It'll take a little bit of figuring stuff out to get it exactly how you want it, but to be fair, it's not that bad. I can live with it. It gives it a little bit of an interesting feel that, to be fair, I've never really tried before, so trying something new is always good. We'll finish up this side as well, like so, and like so. Beautiful. And then we can throw in, and here's another thing you can do to kind of curve off these edges. Just throw the upside down stairs in like that, and all of a sudden you're going to have a curved off area instead of having these jagged edges on the build like before. So you got like that, throw in one there, and then, you know, maybe one there, and you now have kind of a curved off looking roof here. We can maybe throw in that right there, and that looks pretty okay. We can throw in one of these, one of those. Can we get the little angled piece that I want here? Yeah, okay. It's good enough. I like it. From afar, it's going to look real nice, kind of curving out. It looks real good. Now, what can we do to spice up the roof a little bit? You can basically go in and just in random locations knock out some of the stairs and add in just normal wood pieces, and this is going to give it a little bit more texture in the building itself. You can then also go in and grab dark oak slabs, put these on in certain places, just kind of as more texture pieces. Maybe one on top of there, one on top of there, bring that, one there, over here, like so. Just adds a little bit. From afar, it's going to have a little bit more texture than it normally had. So that's basically that figured out. Probably wondering, Tyler, you got a big open space right here. What are you going to do about that? This can very simply be solved. Just grab some of your wood and some of your wool or whatever material you used, and just bring these up. You can also make a form of window if you really desired, and I think we'll probably try to figure out some way to put in a window here, just because. But for right now, we can go like that, and then just fill in your wool wherever the wool is needed. And here's what we'll do. We'll bring this then over like that, knock out this, and then bring this over, and we'll throw in a little window right there. It'll look real nice. So we can fill this in like so. Okay, and then your glass, we'll use our light gray like we have been. And you can fill that in like that. And there you go. There's a nice little window there. You can add in your little decorations on the window just to give it a little bit more texture. You can also, and we probably will, add in something in here to make this look a little bit more filled. You can already see it's starting to take some shape here. We just got to get this roof on here, and we will start doing that right now. So stuff like this turns into just a full block. You got to be a little bit careful to not have conflicting block areas, and by that I basically just mean to make sure that stuff makes sense where you have it. So here, for instance, it's going to look a little bit odd because you have the roof digging into the roof. So we will curve that out at a later date once we finish up building the rest of this little roof right here. So I'm going to work on getting that similar setup like we had and basically build this roof exactly how we built this one, and then we'll worry about what we're doing in there. So I will be right back. Okay, so there we go. There is the finished up roof on this side. Nothing too spectacular. I didn't curve it off like that one yet. We might in a little bit. The only thing that I changed was over here, I added in some cobble just going across to kind of connect this roof and then separate that one just to give it a little bit of a distinction between the two. I like how that looks a lot, but there still obviously needs to be a lot of work done in this area over here to really make it look natural and like a halfway decent roof. So how do we do that? Well, we can go in and just add in some blocks in various locations, so cobble right there, and then basically build up our cobble here, or even some wood right here will work. We throw in some wood along here, maybe along here as well, and then we work to make this come together like so. That's a little bit better. We maybe go and bring this up a little bit more and then curve off this here. Maybe bring this up and then add in some slabs, because we haven't done that to this roof yet, so we can kind of do that to give it that texture. But it also in this case helps us to create well, not even create, but to fix the problem that we had with our roof before. And now those are kind of more connected and look a little bit more natural. You can also add in maybe some stairs going across like that, and now you have a decent connection between the two. From a distance, it's going to look really nice. So, what do we do from here? We still have this backside, which we can fix up with our various stuff here, but I think I'm going to do that off camera. We want to fix up the rest of the place. So we have this little gap in here. We can go in. I'm going to do something a little bit different here. I'm going to put these behind and then have a white piece going up like this. And this is going to create a little bit more depth in there. We can also then put a couple going across like so. It's just going to add a little bit of extra something in there. Nothing too spectacular. Something I like to do is add in some iron bars. So we will grab those. We can put them right in there like that. And that automatically now gives that little area a little something extra. We can fix up this up here, doing simply what we did before. Maybe we throw in kind of a more circular window here. So we do like, let's see if I can figure this out. We'll have a stair here. No. A stair here. Stair here. Have a stair upside down here. Like so. That looks good. Throw in these. Throw in these. And then have it curve off on the top as well. Maybe like that and like that. And that will create a little circular window up there. We can then put a little piece of cobble. This can actually just be cobble right there. And then we can put in our window behind it. Kind of like so. And that will give it a windowed circular appearance to the outside world. I like that a lot. I think that looks pretty neat actually. But I think we go in and we take this and then pop that down like that across maybe. I don't know. It works. I think it looks good. What else can we do? I'd like to add in a little something over here. We'll knock out part of this wall here and then extend out. Actually, let's do it on the other side. Just because we have a lot going on below this, we'll do a little window or something there shortly. but let's go over here to the other side and bump this out. Maybe right here is actually a pretty okay spot. So we'll bump this out to like, let's make it on the actual wood so it makes sense. We'll bump it out like that, and then knock out this wall here. And then here we can basically just throw in some slabs, have the slabs go up to this, and then we'll just, like we did on that other little part, grab some fences. This time we'll use oak. I see no reason not to. Kind of surround this like so, and then bring this up so we can attach a little roof on top of it, like so. And with these, you should also make sure that you are ensuring that they're not just sticking up out of the ground, so we can throw in our little setup we had before. But just for some variation this time, we'll turn it into 2 separate braces that come down like this into a little pattern there. I think it looks good. Well, not if we place it like that, but I think that looks good. We now have that extending up, and you can see that this little building is starting to take some shape. What else can we add to this? Well, if you look at this other one thing I like to add is a giant freaking pinwheel on the front. And then also, if you want a water wheel, you can kind of see, we're not going to put a water wheel on the one that we have. You can kind of see how I made that. It's just 2 wheels, and then I'm dumping water from a little top area. So, we are going to add the pinwheel, just because I think the pinwheel's fun. So let's have it stick out right from here. And then I'm going to use spruce wood, just because I think spruce looks best. And we'll just bring this out. 4 in each direction seems acceptable, like so. 4 in this direction, 4 down. And then the fences you just want to have going in kind of a opposite pattern. So if you have you can kind of see what I'm doing. I don't need to explain that. You just have them like that, and you got a little pinwheel. You can then go in, add a button right on there, and that gives it a nice little look. Now, for roofs and for, adding steam in, you can kind of do a little, like, steam releaser up here. And I like to do that just by having a little, pocket in here for stuff to come out of. I'll block it off with maybe a iron bar. And then cobwebs is your best chance of expelling out some steam. So you can kind of just, I like to stand in a diagonal and just have it come out. And that's going to send out what looks to be some steam. For roofs, you just want to go in, erase 1 block, build up with some cobble, then add a stair, go off in that direction a little, add another stair, go up, and then maybe, 1 last stair, and then expel some more cobwebs from it as your smoke/steam. And you can kind of see that has a little bit of a staggered chimney feel. You can add a little thing on there to smooth it out. The upside down stairs are really your best friends when it comes to a build like this. They look good pretty much everywhere you put them. You want to be a little bit careful to have some of this stuff be seen straight on when you're making a build like this so that people see the roofs how they are, and the chimneys how you want them to be. So like that one, I made sure that it was sticking out so that the little staggeredness of it could be seen. We can throw in more back here. You can really have as many of these as you want. In my opinion, the more the merrier. The more chaotic these builds look is sometimes the better they look, which is not something you can usually say for a lot of builds. Usually less is more in builds, but in this one, I believe that more is definitely, more. So we'll be finishing up here. Just 1 more chimney right here, and have stuff coming out. And then we can take a quick look and see exactly what we got going on. The chimneys look good. The roofs look good. It's looking pretty complete. You can go in, add more stuff. Like this right here definitely needs a brace on it. So we can throw in some, where is our spruce slab here? We can throw in slabs on here to kind of attach these. And we'll stick with that similar pattern that I showed in this episode, where we just kind of go over like so, and that will bring these down. Okay, cool. What else can we add? You can kind of just keep adding for days. You want to have a little walkway coming out of here? Just go ahead, make a little walkway. Have it up here. You bump out this a little bit, bump out this, and all of a sudden you now have a little walkway. You can spice that up with some stairs like so, and then have another one there, iron bar, and now you got a little walkway coming out. We can then take that, go in, attach it with this, and bring it down. You can kind of just keep adding for days, and that's why I think I'm gonna, actually call it quits on this episode, stop it, allow you guys to create your own, oh, this is gonna be a pain to do, create your own little steampunk house, and yeah, that's gonna be that. So, also if you want a little entrance, I like to do just a little thing on the side. You can build it up with some stairs, and just do a little kind of up into the air. Similar technique that we had before. You can spice this up, obviously, with some, stone brick stairs, stuff along those lines. But I like to do just a simple little entrance right here, bring this down, and then I like to fill in the inside kind of with some wood, and it gives it kind of the look and feel that we're going for in the entire build. You can then add in, stairs in the corners, like so, and then maybe knock out that to throw in wood behind so that it looks nice and clean, like so. So there you go. There's a little entrance you can do. You can top it off, have some iron bars here, and then throw in a double door right there. Not to be confused with Dumbledore, who is completely different. And then we just, have the floor in here like we had. If you guys are really interested in a interior design tutorial for one of these houses, let me know down below. I can come back in here and we can make a little interior, do a little interior designing. It's not something I do often in building tutorials, so I can try it out, see what we can work on the inside of these. But really, these are really fun houses to make. You can kind of customize them to be completely different every time you make them. And they look pretty sick when you have a bunch of them together or in a really, crowded area with trees and stuff. They're just very fun to make. So if you enjoyed, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Whoa, wait. Did I just try and end off that episode without adding some of the best things ever to this? Looking over at my I can't believe I missed what is one of the best things you can add to this. You just kind of bring this out, and then you can use some fences. I'll use some spruce. Then you grab some glowstone, and you grab some trapdoors, which are in redstone. And you can bring these down like this, attach a piece of glowstone, and then throw on the trapdoors. And all of a sudden you got hanging lights on there. And these you can just kind of hang from anything. You want to have one hanging right here, you go for it. Nobody's stopping you. You can bring it down, glowstone, pop it on, attach your trapdoors. These can go everywhere. So they look really nice. They'll light up the area a little bit in the dark, and they just look cool hanging off. You can kind of see how I use them over on this side, just in various locations. And once again, you can just kind of see flowers, another great thing you can add everywhere. Little lookouts, there's a little window right there. There's all kinds of stuff that you can add to make these houses really stand out. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.